Hey guys, so today we're gonna be fucking talking about how dog shit Destiny 2 Lightfall is. Because this is one of the most dog shit DLC launches I've ever fucking seen for Destiny. And I'm just so fucking disappointed right now, so I'm just gonna go on a rant and just go over a couple things here because this shit pisses me off and Bungie is just fucking eating it up, apparently. Because, they just love to fucking take people's money and then give them nothing in return. So, let's get into it. Okay, so first off, to start with, the story is absolute, like, I don't know what direction they were trying to take this. Because it seems to me like they had two teams on the story. It seems like they had one team wanting to go, like, the whole, we're getting our ass kicked, we're losing, we should fight the Witness. Something we've been building up for fucking 3 years and having, multiple DLCs build up to this. And then another team is like, how about we just fuck off to Neptune and then we just absolutely do nothing and do nothing to stop the Witness. And let's go learn Strand because we need money and here's a new super. Eat it up, you fucking losers. So, to start, basically, this is going to be spoilers if you haven't played it. If you care about the story, if you don't, whatever. This is going to be spoilers. To start, the Witness shows up to Earth, basically destroys the fleet the fleet that the humans can muster, and then the Traveler tries to fucking attack it. The Witness is just like, Lamau, suck my balls. And then just takes a full-on Kamehameha to the fucking face, and then just surrounds the Traveler with his pyramid ships. I'm assuming making it dormant again, or something like that. I have no fucking idea, because they don't explain shit in this DLC. And then, for some reason, Osiris sees Calus' ships leaving to Neptune, so he leaves to go stop him, which, okay, fine. But then all of a sudden we leave to go stop him. Sure, whatever. We get on his ship, we fight through his forces, we get to Neptune, see Calus pull up, and it's pretty cool. Like, I do like the first mission is a pretty good setup. It's a little weird that we just leave Earth to go to Neptune, but it's a pretty good setup regardless. And so basically, as we're fighting through Calus' ship, we blow it the fuck up, because that's what we do best. And Osiris gets us to get an escape pod. We go down to Neptune, and then we meet these two new NPCs called Cloudstriders. One's called Rohan, I don't even fucking remember his name, to be honest, and Nimbus. Nimbus is the most cringe fucking character I've ever seen in anything, I think. Like, he's so fucking dog shit, and he just doesn't evolve with the story, and he just doesn't do anything. He's such a fucking loser. And he's so annoying. He's constantly making jokes. Which is fine. You can have a character make jokes. Like Finch from Witch Queen, who he made jokes, but he was also kind of serious at times. And he kind of had an interesting story of like, well, I'm a ghost. Would you kill me even though I work with the Hive? But he just couldn't find a normal dead person to revive as a guardian. He couldn't find one. And it's an interesting story arc. It's a nice little interesting story arc. But Nimbus and Rohan are like the main fucking point now, instead of the Witness and Calus of this DLC. So you'd expect them to have some fucking form of development. And they fucking don't. Because, spoilers, one fucking dies for no reason. And one Nimbus just stays the same. He just stays the same jokey, happy-go-lucky guy, which is fine, but I expect him to be a little bit more wiser. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, you meet these two, you kind of save Osiris, he almost got his ass kicked, and then you see a pretty cool cutscene with Calus, and I would just like to say, I love his new design. I fucking love Calus' voice, I've always loved it, but he gets a new cutscene where he shows you kind of a Shadow Legion and just kind of what's going on with him, a little bit at least. And then the Witness shows up and they have a conversation, and he basically tells him to get his fucking shit done and to finish getting the Veil, which was never fucking explained what the fuck the Veil is throughout the entire campaign. I might have missed it, but as far as I can recall, with my monkey brain, it's never brought up. Like, we are never shown what it is. We're never told what it is. And maybe it'll come later on, like a drip feed. Like, drip feed more story into the DLC. But I think if they do that, that's stupid. And they should have told us at least something of what it is. Because it's not a good mystery. It's a bad mystery of what the fuck is this? Why should I care? And why is it on Neptune? I have no fucking idea. It's just, it's a huge mess. The story is just a huge mess. But anyway, you then work towards your way to the Veil, and you find out the Cabal have this stupid device called the Disruptor, and it can just basically takes away your super and some of your abilities. It's kind of whatever. And as you're making your way there, you finally arrive there, and you interrupt the Witness and Callus having their fucking FaceTime call. And I have no idea how. I'm guessing he just talks through your ghost. But apparently our ghost can just pick up these transmissions. Only this one time, though. Only this one time. And basically the Witness tells Callus to hurry the fuck up and get the Veil unleashed so he can access it, or whatever the fuck he did at the end of the story. I don't even know. And basically our ghost just starts to say he feels sick for some reason. Probably because the Witness just reached into his asshole and just started talking. Like, for some reason. I don't know why. And the next mission is about going into Callus' ship, which we are not prepared for, and trying to find a radio mass, which basically is the thing stopping you from being able to use your fucking powers, but this one's like way bigger. And you basically fight your way through Callus' ship, fight your way through all the bullshit, get to the Coliseum room, see it, and then Callus basically says, "You're fucked, Lamau, you can't escape." And then Kaido comes out of fucking nowhere and just saves your ass. And I don't know how the fuck she knew exactly where we were, but she did apparently. So yeah, Kaido comes save you. You barely escape with quotation marks, and you move on to your next mission. And the next mission is working your way towards the Cloud Arc, because it is under attack. Which, if you don't know what the Cloud Arc is, it is where the citizens of, I'm just going to call it Neptune because I can't say the fucking city name because I'm retarded. Basically, they uploaded their consciousness in there, or they're in cryo and their consciousness is in there. But they exist in the digital world, so if this goes down, all of them will die. And so basically the Vex have been trying to work their way in there, and so you gotta go kill the Vex. Standard Destiny mission. But you get there, fight the Vex off, and it's a little too easy. And then it's revealed to be a trap. And you fight your way out, but on the way out you do get to use Strand, which was kind of fun. It's a little gimmicky, but it's kind of fun. But yeah, you basically fight your way through the Shadow Legion and just get the fuck out of there. It's not really interesting of a mission. It's just fighting more enemies in a kind of a boring location. And Osiris has a hissy fit at the start because for some reason in this DLC he's just a little bitch, and I have no fucking idea why. And then all of a sudden he changes his perspective on things halfway through. The next mission has you trying to master Strand, because every time you use Strand, your character just gets tired. I guess he just can't handle this kind of lame ass super, but yeah, he can't handle this, or she, whatever the fuck. And the whole mission is just trying to master it, and you don't master it because you need to fucking wait until the end of the campaign to do that. And that mission's kind of lame. I didn't find it interesting. It's just fighting a bunch of Vex. The next mission, when you move on to, is trying to stop the Cabal from linking up the radio mast to the Veil. So blah 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 blah. The Witness can do something with the Traveler. Probably fuck it. Like, I don't. This is the part in the story where I don't care about the Veil because I don't fucking know what it is. So why the fuck should I care about this mission? Anyways, this mission is pretty fun though. You do get to use some tanks. You do get to fight some interesting locations. It's not like super interesting. And then at the end of this mission, the radio mast is about to activate, I'm pretty sure, and Rohan jumps inside of it and just we can't shoot it because we just use Strand and we're super tired, or oh fucking great writing, and then he just fucking blows himself up. He just kills himself. He just blows it up and just dies. And then the game expects you to care. The game expects you to give a shit about this character you met 2 hours ago, not even like an hour ago, who did nothing to the story and just killed himself to blow up this thing. If I had my fucking super, maybe I could just blow it the fuck up. Like it's such lazy writing. I don't care about this character, and you can't make me care with this dog shit writing. I'm not gonna care about someone who did nothing and then killed themselves. Great. My life story, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. At least Osiris has done something. He's done something. I'd hope he'd do something in the past 5 years has been introduced. But, like, at least he's done something. These two have done nothing but stand there the whole DLC. And Osiris kind of did the same thing until one of the later on missions where he teaches you how to fully master Strand, which doesn't make any fucking sense, by the way. How the fuck is he mastered Strand and knows how to control it all of a sudden, but we don't? It doesn't make sense. The logic here, the leap in logic doesn't make any sense from Bungie. Maybe I'm just a retard. You know, maybe that is the case. Maybe I am just mentally handicapped. Maybe I do have autism. I don't fucking know. But the leap in logic is insane, and it shouldn't be. I don't understand how we went from Witch Queen, 10 out of 10 writing, great villain, great location, and great story, to absolute mid Neptune with mid characters and absolute dog shit story that is so short. I beat this story in like a couple hours. And it only took me an extra hour or two because I had to go fucking grind up my level because Bungie doesn't want you to speedrun this shit. Even though this is one of the shortest campaigns for this price. It's so short. It's like 4 or 5 missions. When I got to the final mission, I did not feel like I was playing the final mission. It's the problem I had with Halo Infinite. And it's the same fucking problem I'm having right now with Destiny 2 Lightfall. Because this shit is dog shit. This is garbage. This story and this mission design is garbage. And I expect better from Destiny because I know they have made better. The Taken King is better. Rise of Iron is better. Forsaken is way better. Witch Queen is fucking better. Witch Queen wasn't perfect. But in my opinion, Witch Queen was better than Forsaken. In my opinion. I still love Forsaken. I just think Witch Queen was a fucking fantastic story. And that villain can't be beat. Savathun had so much setup, again, like The Witness and like Callus, had so much setup, and she was done perfectly. Callus and The Witness in this DLC do fuck all. Callus shows up at the very end. Like, you don't meet him till the very end. Why not have Callus show up in the Colosseum mission? Instead of just being like, oh, Lamal, you're fucked, and he like FaceTimes us with his void head thing. Why doesn't he just show up and try and fight us? That would make me more eager to run away. It would make sense fighting, you know, Callus, the disciple of the Witness, instead of, oh, is that random Cabal number fucking 95 with the cannon? Like, oh my god, that's so terrifying. But no, that would be too much for Bungie to add Callus in that mission, even though he has a boss fight later on. A boss fight, which I might add, is probably the most anticlimactic boss fight I think I've ever fucking... No, actually, never mind. Curse of Osiris is worse. And Dark Blood. Okay. Those two have anticlimactic as fuck boss fights. But the Callus one, just... I didn't feel, like, afraid. I didn't feel afraid. I felt more afraid of the new enemies, the Tormentors, than I did of Callus himself. Because he's just... does nothing. He just shoots at you, but guess what? There's cover, so you can just fucking take cover. It's not threatening. It's hard on Legendary. Yeah, it's fucking hard. I got my ass kicked. Like, the fucking Tormentors just instantly kill you. They're fucking annoying. They're fun to fight against, but they're also kind of annoying. I'm kind of in the middle ground with the Tormentors. They're not my favorite enemies of all time, but I would prefer to fight them over like a fucking Overload champion or an Unstoppable champion, because those ones are just lazy as shit. And yeah, that final boss fight is just, it's not that interesting, especially compared to Savathun. Like, Savathun had a better one, a better boss fight location, and two, just better moves. She was more interesting. This bitch would fly around, throw Nova Bombs at you, throw down Arc Lightning, and then just fucking hit Dawnblade. And then you got 3 Hive Guardians coming in at your ass. And then it goes on to the second phase where you have to take out all the wizards, and you're trapped inside of her bubble, and you have to fucking stay in there to do damage. That single boss fight from Savathûn had more tension than the entirety of fucking Lightfall. I was so hyped for Lightfall. I took a break from Destiny. I mean, I checked out the seasons, but I wasn't really that into it because most of them just kind of were not that interesting. The last season was more interesting than the other ones, but Season of the Haunted, Season of Plunder, that shit sucked. In my opinion, was not that interesting. But Lightfall has been a major disappointment and a major letdown, especially having played Witch Queen last year. And the marketing, it feels like they were trying to tell a different story, and then I don't know which team did it. Probably the design team was like, well, fuck it, let's tell a different story. Because halfway through the story, you go from fighting Calus and the Witness to let's go get Strand to fight Calus and the Witness. That's so fucking lazy, and I get they have to introduce Strand. This new fucking super. Oh, I can't wait to fucking use it. Yeah, I want to fucking use it, but can I use it in a more meaningful way? Like, come on, it's so fucking lazy. This whole story just shifts. At least in Beyond Light, the story was about stasis. Like, it's about stasis. You're literally immediately shown what stasis is. Like, the whole story is about Hermes and these filthy fallen having stasis. But this one just switches from Calus and the Witness trying to fuck the Traveler to let's go get Strand, guys. Let's go get Strand. Like, out of nowhere. It has no reason to do that. Like, I get what they're trying to do because, yeah, you have the things that suppress your super. And yeah, cool, fine, whatever. But, like, is there not any other way you could write it into this? Also, with this campaign, I feel like a mission, at least 3 missions. Like, I feel like we're missing development between Osiris and Rohan. I think that's his name. Again, I don't fucking remember because he's dead within an hour. But, like, they act like they're best friends after he dies. They act like they're best buddies. Like, they have been fucking. And, instead of Osiris fucking Saint 14, he's been butt fucking this dude for years. Like, no. You just met him. Why are you acting like you're best friends? And our ghost is like, oh, this is what he would have wanted. We don't know what he would have wanted. We just met this fucking guy. Why the fuck would we know what would he want? I didn't say that properly, but you know what I mean. Why the fuck would we know? We just met this guy. I don't meet some random fuck on the street and I'm like, I know your life story, dude. I know exactly what you'd want. He could be a fucking pedophile for all I know. We don't fucking know. So why the fuck is the game acting like we know? Like, this is the shit that pisses me off. The writing in this is dog. I'm not a fucking writer either, guys. I'm not a fucking genius. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot, dude. Like, the dumbest person you could probably meet. But I know for a fact that this is not good writing. And I know it because I've seen better writing in Destiny. So anyways, after that rant and after that mission, after Rohan just, fucking kills himself, you get a really cool cutscene between the Witness and Calus, where Calus basically just says, what the fuck, what are you doing, why are you on my shit like this? And the Witness basically snaps and says, do your fucking job or I will literally kill you. And Calus is just sitting there shitting himself. He's the Starscream of the Destiny universe. He is just getting thrown around by every fucking person. Like, it's not even funny. It's a cool cutscene, and I do like Calus in this, but he is just getting abused because he literally, what is he gonna do against the Witness? Nothing. He can't do shit. And then we put it to a pretty below average strike. The level design for the strike was not that great, but the story was kind of cool. Basically the Shadow Legion is trying to get into the Vex network. You know, it seems like a bad idea, but sure, you know, they can try that. And once you get in there, Nimbus tells you that there is a voice giving all the citizens of Neptune a fucking nightmare and like talking to them. And it's revealed to be Nezarec, which is pretty fucking cool. And I really hope he's the raid boss. But also, like, I really hope they don't turn him into the next main villain. Because I still want to know what's going on with the Witness, but at the end of the campaign, he just kind of fucks off. So I think Nezarec will become the next big villain. Either that or he will be the raid boss. But I don't know. Either way, I just hope they write him well. I mean, he already has a bunch of shit, but I just really hope he's not turned into a fucking goof and does nothing the entire next campaign or next season or fucking whatever. And then we get an okay training montage of Osiris training us to use Strand, where our Guardian just keeps like dying over and over and over and over and over. And like our forces preparing to fucking get to the Veil, to protect the fucking Veil, which we still don't know what the fuck the Veil is, but we gotta go protect it because the fucking game tells us to. Like, it's so lazy. What the fuck is it? It's not an interesting mystery. Like, you haven't set this out for me. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm not interested. I can't imagine for people who don't know shit about Destiny to hop into this and be like, we gotta go protect the Veil, guys. They don't fucking know anything. So why don't you explain it a little bit? Like, a little bit. It takes pen and paper, dude. Write it fucking down. Give it to your voice actor. It shouldn't take more than a day. Like, seriously. It's a sentence would be nice. Anything would be nice. Instead of nothing. As you work your way to the Veil entrance, to the vault, you need to go protect it. Because now it's under attack by Shadow Legion. Of course it would be. And I think this is the most boring standoff I think I've ever played. No, okay. That's too harsh. It's not that interesting of a standoff. It's fucking lame. You just fight a couple tanks, and then Kaido shows up. Callisto show up too, but it's not that interesting. And you just fight regular Cabal enemies and a couple Tormentors. Like, I expect more from this. This is not the final stand. And then Kaido's talking about if we die here. Like, bitch, I can revive myself. I don't know about you. You could fucking leave. I'll be fine. I'll call up some homies and we can defend this forever. I literally can't die. Like, why are you acting like this is the end? Sure, maybe for you, but not for me. Like, I'm not fucking dying here, bro. I'm leaving if you die. I don't give a fuck. And then Callus shows up, completely wipes out Kaido's forces, and then Kaido's like, I'll hold him off somehow, and just gets immediately bodied. Because not even 4 minutes later, she's like, yeah, I just left. I couldn't fight him. I just left. And it's like, okay, fine, I'll fight him then. And then we get down and see the Veil. We see the Veil. And it's just a bunch of colors. And it looks like I'm high on LSD. And I don't understand what I'm looking at. But sure, whatever. You work your way down to the very bottom. You get down there. You find Callus. And again, it's not a bad boss fight. It's just not that great either. There's like not a lot of tension there. So you defeat Callus, Lamau, get bodied, Bozo, and then a cutscene plays. And this cutscene is basically your ghost gets hacked by the Witness and just goes into the Veil and creates the connection they needed between the Traveler and the Veil. Do you hear how confused I am right now? Like, I think that was what happened. I'm pretty sure, but instead of grabbing your ghost and stopping this, or shooting it, like, shoot it, who fucking cares? No, you just let it happen, and then the end cutscene is basically 4 of our main characters. You got, like, the extra strangers, Zavala, Ikora, and I can't remember who else. There was somebody else there. Basically watching the Witness just go into the Traveler's butthole, and that's the ending. And he just disappears, and it's just I don't know what's next. Like, I don't know what's next. And I'm not excited in a way like, oh boy, I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next to expect. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what's next. That's kind of boring. What is next? You can't set up your villain for fucking 3 years and then have him dip. Like, bring him back. We barely saw anything from him. He's not interesting because he's just gone now. So what now? Who are we fighting now? Zevra Wrath? Oh wow. I can't wait to kill another High God. This is like the 4th one we've had to kill. Like, it's not that interesting. You can't just have your main villain just leave. And I don't know if he's going to come back in the raid or whatever the fuck, but as of now, he's just gone. The Witness is just gone, and it's just Nezarec and Zevra Wrath. That's it. As far as I know. Like, it's lame. It's lame writing. It's lazy writing. And we have no idea what happened. And the whole DLC, the whole marketing for this is the beginning of our end. Right? And when I saw that trailer, I was hyped as fuck. Because I'm like, I want to lose. This is the Infinity War of Destiny. I want to lose this. I don't want to win this. I want to lose this. And yeah, we lose, but like, we don't know what we lost. Right? Like, nobody died besides this brand new character you just met. Earth is fine. I mean, yeah, you have the event stuff, but who cares? Like, the city isn't under attack. There's no sense of urgency here. There's no, like, getting ready to fight. There's no getting your ass kicked. There's no defending the city. There's none of that. Because you just fuck off to go to Neptune. And that's why I think Bungie just threw the ball. Because why should I fuck off to Neptune when the Witness is at Earth? Like, I know he bodied the 3 OG Guardians. That doesn't mean that you can't at least let me try? Like, come on, let me lose. You let me lose in the dumbest way. I still killed Callus. I still, am emoting on his corpse. So, like, but what? Did we lose? Because it doesn't feel like we lost. It just feels like we just killed another villain and we're moving on with our day. It feels like a cartoon. It feels like we just killed the Saturday night villain and we've just moved on to whatever. Right? Like, it doesn't feel like we've lost. And that's the problem with this DLC. It advertises, oh, this is our end. We're gonna lose. 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 And then we don't lose. That's a problem. That needs to be addressed. That needs to be fixed in the next upcoming seasons or the next DLC. But it's a shitty thing that we have to wait either another 3 months or another fucking year or a year and a half for this shit to be fixed. Because this is a problem. This is a problem. I haven't even talked about gameplay. Well, I've talked a little bit about Strand. But I haven't even talked about the fucking gameplay. And I'll get onto that right now. So basically, starting with Strand, it's not terrible, but nobody's going to be using this in the raid. I can tell you that because the fucking fragments and aspects are time locked, so you can't get any and level it up and build it the way you want to fucking build it. So why would anybody use this in any hardcore content? And especially if you're doing GMs or fucking like trials or something, like, you're not gonna grapple onto somebody and go melee them. Like, maybe in trials. I'm not a huge PvP guy. Maybe in trials you do that. But that just seems to me like a retarded way to die. Just grapple somebody, because I'm pretty sure they'd see it and you'd be dead in like a couple of seconds. But especially for the enemy AI, dude, anytime I'm playing like a higher level of content, I don't want to be right next to them meleeing them. I want to be in the back throwing grenades at them and shooting at them. Like, you don't want to be next to them unless you have a build specifically made for that, which you can't fucking do with Strand. So you can't get close to them. You see what I'm laying down here? You can't get close to them, but the whole class is about getting close to them. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that well. I mean, of course, the Warlock and the Hunter and the Titan, they're all different and they all do different things, but for the most part, they're all about getting close to them. And the regen on this is so slow. I think it takes like a minute or a minute 30 to get your grapple hook. And it's just, for that amount of time, it's not worth having it equipped. I'd rather just use one of my old builds for like Void Warlock and just spam grenades and just spam my abilities. because I can fucking do that. You can't do that with Strand. You can't spam the grapple hook. You cannot spam the grappling hook, which is, that's fine. Obviously, they don't want you to spam it, but give me the tools to try and spam it. Like with my Void build, I can spam my abilities because I built it that way. So, are you gonna give me the fucking tools to do this or not? Because I haven't seen any that give me the tools to spam my ability regen for Strand. I haven't seen any. And I mean, to be fair, it's only been one day. I'm not like, oh yeah, I've unlocked all the exotics, get fucked. No, I haven't. I've only unlocked 2 exotics, I'm pretty sure. So, I've only unlocked 2 exotics. So, I can't really say too much on that. But as far from my experience from playing, the gameplay has been relatively boring. Because Strand is just, it puts you at a disadvantage in higher tier content, and even in the campaign it puts you at a disadvantage. You don't want to use it even though it forces you to use it. Moving on to the weapons. The seasonal weapons are just reskinned seasonal lost weapons, but I like them better for some reason. I don't know, they feel better. And the location weapons are just reskinned Shadowkeep Moon weapons. So it's kind of fucking lazy, but also I don't mind it, but they're just not great weapons too. They're just kind of mid overall. They're just not interesting. I mean, the season of the, whatever the season is, I don't even remember the fucking name of the season, but the season weapons have been okay. But they're, again, just a season of the lost weapons. They're not going to be that interesting, because... And the weapons aren't that interesting because they're reskins. They're all fucking reskins. Like, what do you want me to do with this? Like, could you give me some new fucking weapons? And especially for a season that launched next to a DLC, I expected better. Because, I mean, the Beyond Light season, Season of the Hunt, that one was pretty mid. But the season that launched with Shadowkeep, Season of the Undying, was alright. And Season of the Risen, yeah, that one was fine too. This season, gameplay wise, it's been fine, but the weapons have just been kind of mid. It's like I expect a little more, and I expect a little more from this fucking DLC, and I expect more from Bungie, because this is ridiculous. I bought Witch Queen last year I got the $100 edition. It was $100 Canadian. Now I go to fucking buy Beyond Light, Lightfall, and it's $130 Canadian. So what the fuck is that? I might as well just buy one season, because I'm not going to play all the seasons this year, I can guarantee you, unless they do something different. So why the fuck would anybody buy this overpriced as fuck Digital Deluxe, whatever the fuck it's called, edition? Why would you buy that? There's no reason to buy it. It's just a waste of your money. Either get the regular edition or don't get it at all, because this is not worth your money. In my opinion, this DLC is worth $30 at max. $30 and that's pushing it, because this DLC is not that long. The weapons are just reskins of a free DLC you can go play right now, which probably has the same level of content as this fucking DLC. It's just hilarious how bad this is. Like, why did it turn out this way? Anyways, that's kind of all I have for now. As my thoughts on Lightfall. I know I've talked a lot of shit about it, but they have done some stuff. Like, the Guardian ranks is cool. It's nice to have something that I can focus on instead of here's 50 things every season or every DLC. It's nice to have something that is just like, complete the Lightfall campaign, do a Nightfall, do this, do that. It's a good way of showing different, like, skill level, not skill level, but I don't know, time put in, because the new lights will have it at 1 and most of us have it at level 6 because we're veterans. Get wrecked, Lamau. But yeah, I'm disappointed with this DLC. I wouldn't call this DLC god awful, but I would call it not that great. I give it a 4 out of 10, like maybe a 3. I think It's not the worst Destiny DLC, but it's number 3 probably. I would put Curse of Osiris and The Dark Below above it as worse. And then I would probably put this one and then Shadowkeep. Because with Shadowkeep, I didn't expect a lot. Because it didn't look all that. And I didn't really get a lot. Like, Shadowkeep is not one of my favorite DLCs. And that's because it feels kind of lazy. This one, I was expecting a lot. And I didn't get a lot. I feel disappointed. I'm sure the raid's going to be great, but that's not enough for me because I don't usually play raids. I'm not a huge raid. I mean, sometimes I will, but most of the time I don't play raids because I just don't want to fucking deal with 6 idiots yelling in my ear because I'm also a fucking idiot and we got to get through this goddamn encounter. But yeah, this DLC is like a 5 or a 4. It's not that great, and honestly, if you're new to Destiny, don't even bother with this DLC. It's not worth it. You might as well just get Beyond Light or Witch Queen. If you want Stasis, just get Beyond Light, play through that campaign. It's an alright campaign. It's not terrible, but it's not like Witch Queen or Forsaken level. It's not on that level. And if you want a good campaign and you're new to Destiny, play Witch Queen, play it on Legendary. It's a fun playthrough. It's a good story. This one is not a fun playthrough. I would not recommend this for new players. If you're a returning Destiny player, I don't think I'd recommend this to you. I would just say, honestly, get the season if you really want to play Destiny that badly. Because Strand is not worth $50 fucking dollars, or sorry, 70 Canadian, because we like to get fucked up here apparently. I would just skip out on this DLC and just either get the season or wait till Final Shape. And even then, do not pre-order Final Shape, because if this is the fucking way they're going to be writing the final arc of the Light and Darkness, they got to step it up. This is some Boruto ass writing that's not very good. Like, this is garbage. This is not good. And we like, to put it in perspective here, we went from Naruto Shippuden, basically, from Witch Queen, to fucking Boruto. That's the jump. That's the jump. Because Naruto Shippuden, fucking great. Sure, had some problems, but fucking great. Great series. Boruto, absolute dog shit. Sure, it's got some cool fights, but Boruto himself just kind of sucks. The writing just kind of sucks. It's like the same fucking thing. Like, you expect more, and you get less. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of fucking done. I'm gonna keep still playing Destiny because the fucking Bungie has a hold on my wallet. But I'm disappointed. I expected better, and honestly, I hope Bungie steps it up with the following seasons and DLC. But yeah, thanks for watching my video.